on the executive producer and host of Michigan Golf Live, Bill Hobson.
Oh, come on.
Nice, give it up.
And with that, we welcome you to a special edition of Michigan Golf Live Television. We're going to have a little fun in Lakeland.
Welcome to Michigan Golf Live Television, shining the spotlight on the best places to stay, play, and enjoy the greatest game on earth. Stay connected 24/7 to MGL on Facebook, Twitter, our weekly radio show, and podcasts on the all-new 4golfersnetwork.com. MGL TV starts now.
Hello and welcome to Michigan Golf Live Television. I'm Bill Hobson, and man, do we have a cool show in store for you today. This may not come as a surprise, but we're in Lakeland, the spring training home of the Detroit Tigers, for a break away from the cold weather and soaking in the sun of spring training. Not only will we visit the park and talk about the team and that connection to Michigan on today's program, we've also got some fantastic golf and some other ideas for your vacation trip to Central Florida. We're going to get things started, though, right off the bat with what we're really here to do, and that is talk about golf, with a visit to a course that many of the Tigers call their home course, the Eaglebrooke Golf Club. 21 years ago, Central Florida birthed a beautiful golf course known as Eaglebrook, and one guy was here at the very beginning, and he's standing next to me. John Greiner is the czar of all things golf here. It feels like just yesterday, right, when you cut the ribbon?
It does. It does. 21 years went fast, and the growth of the course, the growth of the community has been pretty outstanding.
Well, not only is it a testament to your skill and talent and relationships that you've been here all this time, but this course continues to grow in popularity from both your membership in the area and then those who come in like snowbirds, like we kind of drop in once in a while.
Yeah, it's a busy time for us because, as you know, the Detroit Tigers are in town now, and they're starting their spring training, and all the Michigan people are coming down and enjoying the beautiful weather. It's been outstanding February so far. We've had mid to upper 80s almost every day. The golf course is just in beautiful shape. You can't ask for better conditions.
Can you speak to the availability for our viewers who might be making a trip south, whatever time of year it is, because sometimes you get the impression you come through a guarded gate and that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. Eaglebrook is welcoming to non-members, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. We've done some new programs this year, which for the people, our neighbors up north, we've developed some seasonal memberships where a minimum of two months you can become a member here. Which makes it very playable for those people who are here on a fixed income. But also we have daily fees that people can play. You can make your tee times by booking online, and you can make your tee times by calling us in the pro shop. We'll be happy to take them on the phone.
And depending on the time of year that you come to play, you might just run into a few Detroit Tigers out here. This is kind of their place of choice, isn't it?
Absolutely, yes. They're out here most of the time playing, and Mr. Kaline's been here since I've been here 21 years ago. Yeah.
Well, it's good to see you again. Congratulations on continuing along and all the new and good news that's happening at Eaglebrook. And hopefully, for our viewers who are sick and tired of the snow and the slush and the cold, they'll come down and see you.
Absolutely. We're welcome with open arms.
We've got a lot more golf coming up a bit later in the program, but one of the other goals we have in today's show is to celebrate the awesomeness that is the renovation of the Detroit Tigers spring training home. You've got to come see this place and have a little party here in Margaritaville. There are some other great traditions in town. While the Tigers have been here for 80 years, there's a pretty special restaurant called Peebles that's been around for 70 years. Let's go grab some barbecue. I really wish there was a way that the camera could convey aroma, because standing outside of this historic landmark called Peebles BBQ, the smells are absolutely ridiculous. The place is jam-packed, so what we're gonna do is head inside and find out what the secret sauce is. What is it that draws so many people to a place that you wouldn't otherwise guess would be this busy? And every moment that this place is open, it's busy, for sure. So let's head inside. There's a crowd at the door. We'll try to be nice. Excuse me, folks. We're going to come around and find the proprietor of this fine place. His name is Dale Strickland. This is the man. This is the man with a smile on his face because every seat in here is occupied. So I have to ask you a question, Dale. What's the secret sauce? What in the world's going on here?
Okay, how about follow me over here and I'll show you the sauce, okay?
All right, we're going to go behind the scenes here at Peebles. Come on back with us. You'll never see this otherwise.
Yeah, I went back and got 2 potatoes. Did you eat them?
There's the menu. Oh my.
There's the sauce.
The secret sauce is right in here. Now, 70 plus years for Peebles?
70 years, yes. This is our 70th year this year. So.
Are you this busy every time the doors are open?
Pretty much. This is our lunch crowd on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Kind of runs all day. So.
You know, we love discovering new parts of the country in these little hideaway places, and obviously some other people have discovered the magic of Peebles.
Yes, sir.
My guess is that the ribs might be the best-selling product here.
They are. We go through about 1,500 pounds of ribs a week and a 3-day week, and about the same on Boston butts, which is what we use for our chopped pork.
My crew and I are about to go through about 1,300 pounds.
That's good.
Just in the next 20
That's
minutes.
Good. Look forward to that.
Well, thanks for having us. What a cool success story this is. Dale Strickland and Peebles, one of the hidden gems in Polk County. It's incredibly impressive. 70 years in the family celebrating and serving barbecue. Thank you to Peebles for hosting us. And speaking of rich history, how about 1934 as the beginning of the relationship between the Detroit Tigers and Lakeland, Florida, in Central Florida? We're inside the 34 Club where so much of that history is recognized. Man, there are some familiar faces and pictures on the walls here. This is amazing. And when you make your way to spring training, you need to get into the 34 Club and soak in some of the rich tradition of the team. We've got a lot more ground to cover on Michigan Golf Live television, so stick around as we continue from Central Florida. The relationship between Central Florida and the Midwest, and Michigan specifically, goes back 80-something years, and recently they have stepped it up another level with the complete renovation of this beautiful stadium. And leading the charge in all of that is the same group of people who will help put together your ideal vacation. Our friends at visitcentralflorida.org. I'd love to sit around and talk, but apparently I'm needed up here. You might think that our next guest and I became friends while meeting at the same barber years ago, but we have actually for over a decade partnered with Central Florida, Polk County, to help tell the story of this awesome part of our nation. And Chris Caprios is the marketing director, amongst other things. And we go back a ways, having come down here years ago to start telling the story. And now look at this place. Central Florida has exploded, hasn't it?
Yeah, it really has. And you talk about all the years back we've been doing shows, and the destination has changed so much. We always talk about, everybody knows Lakeland because of the Tigers. They didn't know what else there was to do, I think, after the Tigers. So now our destination's evolved and there's a lot to do. Once the Tigers game's over, people are down here for spring training or for a golf trip. Plenty of great places to eat, attractions to experience all over the county.
I'm trying to think of some of the attractions over the years. We've been to Fantasy Flight, we've been to Legoland, of course we've done programs at Streamsong and included their newest course in this program. We've damaged the food budgets of a lot of your restaurants in this area.
Yes.
And it's so cool for me to see more and more Midwesterners coming down here and discovering for the first time, maybe connected to spring training, how special it is, especially during the winter time.
Sure, yeah, that's usually how they get their first taste. They come down on a spring training trip. They've been following the Tigers down here for a long time. Then they start experiencing a little bit more of the destination. Then it just becomes an annual trip for them, whether it's spring training or summertime, whatever. They now know it as almost their second home. So we love having all the people from Michigan come down all the time and making it their second home.
It's a huge economic impact, right? When spring training starts, when pitchers and catchers report, so do a lot of snowbirds.
They do, yeah. We've kind of evolved into calling our destination, or Lakeland at least, the spring training habitat of the Tigers. So it's their tropical habitat during the off season. So their first chance to see that green grass and feel the warm weather. So yeah, they love coming down and we love having them. It is a huge impact. And again, going back, because of our relationship with the Tigers for over 80 years, it's all because of that.
That relationship is so deep that the entire complex was renovated. I mean, it was given a major facelift. It looks so different from even 3 or 4 years ago.
It does, yeah. $42 million renovation last year of now Publix Field at Joker Marchant Stadium. And not just the fan experience, but the player experience was upgraded as well. But the fans noticed the upgrades certainly a lot more. They can walk all the way around the stadium. Big open spaces inside, so just the fan, a lot more shade too. That's helpful for bald guys like us during the hot spring.
In process,
yeah. So a lot more shade, so just a better fan experience and a great time at Publix Field.
Well, part of the growth of the county and of the region means that there are a lot more options and menu items, so to speak, for a vacationer. I think it's especially cool that your team will help make sense of your journey, right? So if somebody needs some help figuring out how to spend our 7, 10, 14 days, 30 days, whatever it is, how does your team step in and help?
Well, we're really there to help at every step of the way. I mean, now, again, going back to the Tigers, it all starts with them, with us. We have a partnership with them year-round, so fans can see us at Comerica Park. We have a spot there. We're there to answer questions as they're planning. Once they're here in market, we have a visitor center here. We can help them get tickets to Tigers games, attractions. I mean, every step of the planning and vacation process, we're here. It all starts at our website, but we're there at every step of the way to help them out and really make sure that they have the best experience they can while they're here.
Pretty much any minute now I'll be in that ball game, just kind of getting loose a little bit. In the meantime, let me tell you about the place our crew stayed during our visit to Central Florida. It's called Balmoral Resorts, and once you see how easy it is to have an entire home to yourself, I don't think you're going to want to stay in the hotel world again. What's that? All right, I'm in. Before we go any further in our time here in Central Florida, I've got to give you a great idea, because when you bring your family or your group down here, I don't know why you would even contemplate going to a chain hotel when you could stay inside the gates of the stunning Balmoral Resort. Garrett Kenny is the CEO of the place. He helped build this place. What's special about it?
Bill, as you know, when all your guests go on vacation, you typically go to a hotel. Most people are familiar, a hotel is 6, 7, 10, 20 stories tall. Well, our hotel is 245 units horizontal. So when you arrive at this resort, you go to your own private villa with your own private swimming pool. Great for families. Like, think about our most popular home is our 4-bed, 4-master suite. We've got 1 master suite downstairs for the grandparents and 3 master suites upstairs for their kids and their grandkids. So everybody has their own space just within that house.
That makes me the grandparent of our group because I have the downstairs room.
Yes, that is very true.
But this entire community isn't just the home, even though that's spectacular in and of itself. You've got a lot more to offer, don't you?
Some people have the perception they want to be right on Disney's doorstep. But over the last 10 years, I've noticed that change a lot. People want to experience the other Florida. So what we did here was, you come on vacation, you got your own private pool home, as I stated, but we built a water park here. We have our own bar, our own restaurant, gym. We've just rolled out a couple of months ago a 5-hole crazy golf and a volleyball. We're bringing in a half basketball court and a tennis court. So the intention is, when you come to the resort, you can stay here, you can have a great time, you do not get bored. It's not just a matter of coming to a home and enjoying the home, you enjoy all the facilities. To give you an example, like once a week, we have a movie night for the kids and the family. They sit on the event lawn, we put on a movie, they have popcorn, they have marshmallows, and they have a great time.
Well, we can't thank you enough for your hospitality. And again, when you're coming down to Central Florida, change your rhythm. Try Balmoral, and I'm going to tell you, you're not going to want to leave. This is your new home away from home. Meanwhile, back here at the ballpark, it's spring training. I'm kind of feeling like a kid again, so I got some souvenirs. I managed to shrink myself by 60% or so, and we're just taking in a perfect day at the ballpark. When we come back on MGL TV, we switch up baseball for golf and head to one of America's most popular new resorts, Streamsong, just about 45 minutes away from where I'm sitting in this slightly oversized chair. Stick around, we're back after this. Welcome back to Michigan Golf Live Television and our road trip to Central Florida. As it turns out, my speed on the base paths and my inability to hit this ball moving at a high rate of speed have kept me out of the major leagues. That and a general lack of athletic ability. So let's turn our attention to the little white dimpled ball that doesn't move until you hit it. and one of America's most special golf destinations, located only about 45 minutes away from this ballpark. It's called Streamsong Resort, and it's most likely unlike anything you've seen before. It's hard for me to put into words how special the experience is at Streamsong. Thankfully, I don't have to be the guy to put it into words because Matt Jordan has been here since day one.
Yeah, I've been here since day one. So that was end of November of 2012 when I came on property.
Well, I can remember we visited here shortly after the grand opening. It hadn't yet been discovered by America, by the golf world. But ever since then, Streamsong has been receiving accolades left and right. And before we get to specific description of the course on which you and I are going to play, can you just talk about what it's been like to be a part of this great growth story?
Oh my God, it's been absolutely incredible. So when we first opened up, we had this, I come onto property and I see these beautiful golf courses, 2 beautiful golf courses, great clubhouse. The lodge hasn't been built yet. So to see all of a sudden go from basically 30 guests in one day to now we have 450 guests here every day with 3 golf courses, it's just been an amazing, amazing opportunity to see all of this growth.
The latest ribbon that you have cut, so to speak, is for the black course, and Gil Hans has done his thing again. So what is the black course all about? We haven't seen it yet.
So over at Red and Blue, you're going to see some interesting topography. When you look at all the dunes that are out there, all the different features, we really want to have links golf at its best. And it's tough to do here in Florida, and we've done a great job of accomplishing it. Here at Streamsong Black, we see that the golf course looks a lot like the Sun Belt in Australia. So there's a lot of sand that's out there, huge wide fairways, but we're really trying to get you into a ground game. So when you're hitting these shots, the real protection of the golf course is the size of the greens and the wind that's out there. So we're trying to keep the golf ball on the ground as much as possible.
What is the Gil Hans trademark of a course? Well, you know, every designer, I think, has their own, you can tell. In a lot of cases, you can tell so-and-so did this particular design, and you can follow the flow of it. You can see what they've done with the topography. What's Gil's trademark?
It's great that you asked that. So when Gil was doing the grand opening speech, he felt that all the best architects in the world made you want to play the golf course 3 or 4 times before you really figure it out. So the strategy off the tee, where to place the golf ball, how it's going to land on the green and roll out, you don't figure it out in your first try. You want to play it 2, 3, 4 times just to get a better feel of the golf course so you can do a lot more scoring. So I think its strategy planning is a lot more different than the other 2 golf courses.
You know, when you bring all 3 courses into play, you've got some pretty esteemed architects involved. Between Corey Crenshaw and Tom Doak and now Gil Hans. I don't know many places can boast a roster like that.
I don't think anybody can right now. It's been really, really great to have all of our guests that are very familiar with all 3 architects so excited about playing each golf course. It's been a lot of fun to be a part of.
One of the things that I love about Streamsong is that you really are trying to encourage people to get back to the roots of the game and walk. If they can do it, they're going to walk. And I know on the black course you allow a little bit of cart play out there. You've got caddies and you've got the ability to get out there and kind of feel the game from your feet up, right?
We do. We have a large caddy program, and actually when we opened up, we didn't allow any golf carts on black. So the season for no golf cars are January, February, and March. So it's walking only out here. With our large caddy program, with our caddies being represented all over the world at high-end clubs, definitely brings another unique experience to Streamsong.
You and I are talking in the late winter, early springtime, and so you're from the Midwest. For those of us who would call ourselves snowbirds, it's pretty cool to get off the plane and in a little over an hour from Tampa or Orlando, whatever, to be here in shorts, in a golf shirt. It's 80 degrees, it's beautiful. I would guess you're seeing an awful lot of Midwesterners make their way down here.
We do. We see most of our guests seem to be east of the Mississippi. So we got a lot of guests from Chicago, New York, New Jersey, Cleveland, where I'm from. So we get a lot of players that are from that region that comes down and of course Michigan. So we see a lot of people, again, east of the Mississippi that are down here. And they're here in an hour and a half. They're in shorts, they're on the tee, and they're playing golf and trying to get as much play as they can.
I know you hear this question because the black is a new course. People will call or they'll see you somewhere and say, what's it like? What's it all about? What's your elevator speech answer to what is Streamsong Black like?
It is a great complement to Streamsong Red and Blue. So when our guests are coming out here, we have a completely different experience. Not only do we have 18 holes of just beautiful golf by Gil Hands, but we also have the Gauntlet, which is an 18-hole putting course. It's 2 acres long. And then we have the Roundabout, which is behind us by the range here, which is a 6-hole par 3 course, or you could use it as a practice area. So it's great for all of our guests that are coming out here that maybe they're a little bit tired or a little challenged after 18 holes of golf and they want to still have some more golf. Great opportunity for them to still do some golf activities here at Black.
It's quiet out here. I mean, if you and I aren't talking, all we're hearing is nature.
Yeah.
And that's just so cool to be literally in the middle of nowhere and to be able just to soak it in, turn the phone off, and just relax and enjoy a beautiful masterpiece of a course.
It is. With a golf destination like this, you come out here at Streamsong and you have a long winding drive that comes in. You already have that anticipation build out. You're really starting to relax as you get to the first tee. Our staff does an amazing job of taking care of all of your needs, making sure that you're completely out of touch with the rest of the reality in the world so that you can enjoy your experience here at Streamsong. It is so wonderful to be out here.
Streamsong is about relaxation. For a lot of people, that takes place on the golf course, but at some point, you need to make your way into the spa for a facial or a massage, or to take a dip in any of these 5 therapeutic pools. And also, Streamsong is home to some nationally recognized fishing, which means here you can relax both in the water and on the water. Not only is Streamsong host to world-class golf, but out on the water, it's world-class bass fishing, and Tyler is the man with all the knowledge out here. So over the years, how has the reputation of Streamsong grown in the water?
Yeah, I've fished a couple fishing show hosts, and they've all said some of the best bass fishing in the world. We've caught 25 fish over about 10 pounds and probably about 150 over 8 pounds. So some massive largemouth fish down here in Streamsong.
So tell me what the benefit is going out on a fishing expedition with a trained, experienced guide versus doing it on your own.
Sure, yeah, anybody with any bit of fishing experience, it helps out a bunch. You know, we actually take many people that have never fished before out here, and they do really well, surprisingly. Those are some of the ones who catches the bigger fish. But having someone that's experienced, can fish, it goes a long way, and we've never ever had a bad show. We always usually catch a couple big ones and a lot of nice fish.
Well, it's very cool to do this with a professional. I feel the same way when I golf with a golf pro. It's having that extra level of knowledge and expertise, and by the way, patience. Tyler's putting up with this while we try to provide you with a powerful visual. So thanks for bringing us out, man. This is awesome.
No problem, anytime.
If you've watched our show for any length of time, you know how much we enjoy what happens after a round of golf. And here at Streamsong in the Bone Valley Restaurant, this is the kind of thing that's waiting for you. Victor Kendall-Hart is the executive chef of this place. What a marvelous setting you have.
Yeah, we're very lucky, very fortunate to be part of this and actually just to embellish what's going on in the environment that's around us. It's just an opportunity that's it's just very, very unique at the end of the day.
So take us on a little tour of delicacies that you've prepared, because I'm having a hard time keeping my hands off.
Absolutely. So this is our Bone Valley Tavern Burger. This is definitely something that's very unique, very interesting.
This is gigantic.
It's massive, right? So what we decided to do was we took a look at one of the best burgers. So we just did Napa cabbage, yellow tomatoes for a little bit of variety. We do a porter-style cheddar cheese on top of it. That's almost looks like snakeskin around it and stuff. So it's a very unique cheese. It's got a nice bitterness to it. We finished it out with candied bacon, pickled onions, and it's on our potato roll.
Now, I can't imagine having this before I play.
It would be tough.
You want to have this after your round of golf.
Yeah, it would be really tough, but many people have done it, and I think that they're very, very happy with it. But it's definitely one of our signature dishes.
We have covered a lot of ground over the course of the last 30 minutes, capped off by this awesome day at the Tigers spring training home in Lakeland. I hope you get a chance to make your way down to Central Florida, take in the golf, the restaurants, and the little green grass, perhaps at a time of year when back home, green grass is hard to find. All the information you need and help planning your vacation is available online at visitcentralflorida.org. We hope to see you down here, and we hope to see you next time on Michigan Golf Live Television.